What's your best fire me I freaking dare you moment from work? I was the only cook at Tony's Pizza who knew the secret recipe for our signature garlic knots that brought people from 3 towns over. The recipe was handwritten on a stained index card from Tony's grandmother in Sicily back in 1952. No measurements, just handful of this and pinch of that in broken English. These weren't regular garlic knots. Perfect crispy outside, fluffy inside, and a garlic butter blend that people literally dreamed about. We sold over 500 orders every weekend, and customers would call ahead to make sure we weren't sold out. Tony himself couldn't make them right. He tried teaching his wife, his brother, even hired professional bakers from the city, but nobody could crack the code except me. I spent 6 months learning from Tony's elderly Aunt Maria before she retired. Every tiny detail. The exact temperature, which garlic cloves to use, how long to let the dough rest. When Maria left, she pointed at me and told Tony in Italian that I was the only one who understood. Then corporate bought out our family restaurant. They kept Tony, but sent in Derek, some business school guy who'd never worked a kitchen. Derek showed up with charts about optimizing food costs. His first week, he pushed Tony to switch to frozen garlic knots from their supplier. These look the same and cost 60% less, Derek would say, holding up a sad frozen lump. But Derek kept pushing, especially after realizing I was the only one making them. He hated that a line cook had something he couldn't control. Derek started writing me up for everything. Station wasn't clean enough, took too long on breaks, used too much garlic butter. He'd hover during busy nights, timing each batch. Frozen ones cook in 4 minutes, he'd announce. You take 15 minutes. It's not efficient. The breaking point came on a packed Friday night. 45-minute wait, and I'm pumping out garlic knots when Derek marched over with his tablet. Switching to frozen would save us 4 hours daily, he said loud enough for everyone to hear. Tony's making the change Monday morning. I kept working, not looking up. These are what people come here for. Derek got in my face. Not according to cost analysis. Speed up or we're switching to frozen. Corporate won't wait. The kitchen went dead quiet. Tony stood by the register watching nervously as Derek waited for me to cave. Instead, I wiped my hands and walked to where I kept the garlic butter blend. I grabbed the container and the secret recipe card taped inside the prep cabinet. What are you doing? Derek's voice cracked. I held up both items. I'm the only person who knows how to make these. This recipe has no real measurements, and this garlic butter? Good luck figuring it out. Derek turned red. You can't take company property. I stared him down. This isn't company property. It's Maria's family recipe, and I make this garlic butter fresh with my own blend. I untied my apron and tossed it down. When Tony's ready to talk, he knows my number. Have fun explaining to customers why there's no garlic knots tomorrow. I walked out as Derek stammered about insubordination. Sat in my car for exactly 8 minutes before my phone exploded. 3 missed calls from Tony, 2 from the head server. Tony's first text, please come back. Derek's trying to read your recipe card and crying. Customers already asking about tomorrow's garlic knots. Second text, Derek's gone. Corporate sending someone else Monday. Name your price. When I walked back in, Derek was nowhere to be seen. Tony held the recipe card, looking lost. I can't read half of this, he admitted, and I have no clue what's in that garlic butter. I smiled, took back the card, and tied my apron on. Good thing I memorized both recipes. Tony gave me a $3 raise instantly, made me head of pizza station, and promised no corporate manager would mess with my recipes again. The best part? Next week, a customer started a petition to keep me. It got 847 signatures.